Salvete omnes. It's Magister Sullivan back at you. I'm going to talk to you about lines 304 through 330 from book 4. Again, we have Aeneas planning on bailing on Dido. Again, he's conflicted about doing so, but he's doing it in a not great way. And she is going to, and she's found out his plans, and she's going to confront him on it because she's given up a lot. So I'm going to try to do this and compete with a leaf blower going outside, so we'll see how it goes. All right. So in any event, tandem his aenean compellat vocibus ultro. So nevertheless, she confronts, or she accosts, or she speaks towards, or she compels Aeneas with these voices beyond. Disastrous one, destroyer, right? She's called, so this is the vocative case here. So she's actually using this word to describe Aeneas. Still, did you hope that there's an understood you could or were able to um, pretend or to cover or to hide such wickedness and quietly, like you quietly, to leave my shores or my land? Right, so those are the things that go together. Quickly to point out grammatically, right? So we have sperrasti. This should be sperravisti. It's perfect, but it also starts for us what is called indirect statement. Our verb in the indirect statement, our main one is posse, which should usually be, you heard me translate that as were able to, right? So this is an infinitive, but it's used as a verb. And the infinitive that goes with this is dissimilare or dissimilare. And so posse always needs to have an infinitive. Potest always needs to have an infinitive with it. So that's kind of what's going on there. And likewise too here, are able to leave to go from my land. Okay. Now we have neck, neck, neck. Notice the anaphora. Okay, but there's a lot going on here as well. So neither our love holds you, nor Dido, she's speaking of herself in the third person, nor Dido, having given her right hand at one time or formerly, holds you. Nor Dido, about to die, holds you from a cruel funeral. Right, so there's a lot of things going on here, right? There's the anaphora, there's the te. This is also called parallel construction, meaning the same structure for three of these thoughts is contained with neck and then tenet and then te, and then neck and then another subject and then tenet and then te. So you have to train your eyes to go forward with that. Okay, so again, tenet is the main verb, but it's used three times. Okay, and Dido is the subject of the second two things, and then noster amor, our love, is subject of the first thing. So our love. So neither of these things can hold you, right, or can keep you here. And then we have still, you prepare or you make ready to equip the fleet in a winter star, or under a winter star, or in the winter star, so in the winter time. And you make ready, or you prepare to go through the deep or over the deep in the middle of the Aquilones. So remember, Aquilio was one of the winds. And she again calls him here cruel one. Right. So if we're keeping track, Dido calls him up top disastrous one or destroyer, um, and then down here it's cruel one. Okay. Now we have quid. So what? Unless we think it's going to be something else. If you should seek not foreign lands or other lands and unknown homes. And ancient Troy would be present, would remain. And Troy, again, I'm just going to go with this. This is the verb. Troy is sought. So this is, or would be sought through the, again, so I'm sorry, let's go back. So if Troy would be sought through the billowing water, the billowing sea, with or by means of the fleets, the ships. Um, are you fleeing me? I, through these tears, and hold on, and your right hand. So through, this is all part of through. So I, through these tears, and again through your right hand, since I myself, this is I myself left nothing, or have basically have nothing now to wretched me, to miserable me, to miserable me. Through our marriage vows, through our wedding hymns, it's stuck. If I deserved, if I well deserved anything from you, or anything of mine was sweet to you, pity the falling house. House being her family name, her country, her again her birthright, family name. And I beg, uh, then we go to exue, do away with. Notice the imperative here. Do away with that decision of yours. That decision of yours. Ista is usually like, so if we have hic, which means this, and ile, which means that. Iste usually means that of yours, but it's also bad. It's like negative. So that mind or that idea. If any place is still, or if there is any place left still for praying, for prayers. Now we have propter te, because of you, or on account of you, the Libyan clans, families, right? And remember, Libya is the region where Carthage is, like northern Carthage. And the tyrants of the Numides, which are the Numians, again, a group of people from there, hate, hate, hated me, or yeah, they're now hating her, right? And her own people, the Tyrians, um, Again, the Tyrians, my people, are hostile too. Because of you going, because of your action of going, right, going, my shame is extinct, is put out. And my my previous fame or reputation, by which alone, or from which alone, I was approaching the stars, is extinct. And for whom or for what guest do you desert me about to die or deathbound? Since this name alone, this name alone, rests or remains from the husband, from the marriage, from the spouse. And here we should use quit as why. Why do I delay? Why do I delay? Doom can be a while or as long as, but here it's best to take it as until my brother Pygmalion should or destroys my walls or the walls. Again, destruat here is a subjunctive. Or Gaetulian Iarbus should should lead me having been captured. Understood in matrimonio or in marriage. At least if some child had been taken up from me, I'm sorry, from you by me before your flight, if some little Aeneas, if some little Aeneas would play to me or with me, probably better here, in the palace halls and the palace walls, or yeah, within the palace, who, nevertheless, would recall you with his face. Indeed, I would not seem altogether captured and deserted. So that's it. So Dido is again saying here that she's given up a lot. To recap, the Tyrians, her own people, are against her now, and what is she waiting for? Whether or not her brother, who she stole money from and stole riches and people from and came to settle Carthage, is going to come hunt her down and destroy her, literally, and her walls, or whether King Aearbus is going to come take her away and haul her off into marriage. Why is she waiting? Perhaps it would be easier if she had a child, a little Aeneas, that she could hold on to and remember, and she would feel less captured and less abandoned. So, and she also talks about her reputation, her fama prior, has now, which was approaching the stars, has now been extinguished, now been put out. Right. So she's given up a lot. So, and she's quite tragic. So in any event, that's it. That's lines 304 through 330. Thanks for bearing with me. I will talk to you later. Valete omnes